Hello class. As you can see, I'm not able to join you guys today, but I have a worksheet for you. Let's go ahead and review the objectives from yesterday. They're the same today, and you'll be doing similar types of problems. So you will be doing section 1.7 again from the textbook, find perimeter, circumference, and area. The content objectives: students will be able to find the perimeter, circumference, and area of geometric figures. The language objective: students will be able to discuss how to apply formulas in finding the perimeter, circumference, and area of figures. So once again, they're the same as before. Let's go ahead and review all the formulas. So here are the formulas once again for the figures you'll be finding the perimeter, area, and circumference for. Now when you want to do the perimeter of a square, remember that all of the sides are congruent in a square, and the square also has 4 right angles. So you need to remember that the perimeter of a square is actually 4s. Okay? And the area of a square, it's length times width actually, but it's a little easier for a square. It's simply side squared. Let's move over to the rectangle. A rectangle has length L and width W. So keep in mind that this one is a little bit more complex than the square, but it's still not too bad. It's the perimeter is actually 2L plus 2W. Now remember, you have the two lengths that are congruent, so that's how you get your 2L's. And then the 2W comes from the two congruent widths that are across from each other as well. So perimeter means just add up all the sides. You have 2L plus 2W. Let's review the area, and that would be length times width. Now remember, perimeter is if you had a fence around a yard, so to speak. So this fence would be the perimeter, and area is if you had a yard full of grass, how much grass would you have to put in? Okay? Alright, so let's go ahead and look at triangles. So, this particular triangle is not a right triangle, so you'll notice it has a height. Sometimes it's called an altitude. And that's only going to be useful in the area. Now the perimeter has to do only with the sides. Alright, so the perimeter obviously is, you just add up the sides, and it's A plus B plus C. Now the area is a little bit more interesting. It's 1/2 the base area times the height. So keep that in mind. You're dealing with the height and the base. It's 1/2 base times height. So the base and the height, remember, are always connected with this perpendicular mark. See how the base is the only side that you need for the area? Whereas in this one, on the perimeter, you need all 3 sides. And the base is the side, the only side that's connected to the height by a right angle. Now sometimes a special case of this is when you have a right triangle, and then 2 of the sides will be connected with the right angle marking or a perpendicular marking. In that case, you can consider either one the base, and then the other would be the height. Alright, last one. Let's go on to circles. Circle has a special name for perimeter, but the perimeter of a circle is called the circumference. And the radius is really important. Remember, the radius is the distance from the center of the circle to the edge of a circle. Okay? So the circumference, also you can think of it as the perimeter of the circle, is actually 2 pi r. Another way to think of it too is if you happen to have the diameter, you could think of it as pi times the diameter. And for area, we have pi r squared. Okay? So remember that if I ask for an exact value, on the worksheet I will be asking for an exact value on the second part of it, I believe. then you'll leave it in terms of pi. You'll leave that Greek symbol in. If I ask you for an approximation, I'll usually tell you if I want you to use 3.14 or some other form. In general, I'll have you use 3.14. Some people have students use 22 over 7. That's another common approximation of pi. But once again, it'll be in the directions. So now you guys are ready. You have all the information you need to go ahead and do the worksheets. And I'm going to ask the teacher for the day to go ahead and leave this up on the screen as a reminder to the students of what formulas they will need for the worksheet. Thanks, and I'll see you soon. Oh, make sure to have all your homeworks ready for me following day so I can stamp them. The one that was due today, of course, I'll take a look at, and the assignment, the worksheet that I'm giving you, in addition to yesterday's homework, will be due all tomorrow. All right, I'll see you soon. Be good to the teacher. Bye-bye.